Hello and welcome to this video on one of the most common symbols associated with medicine. Which of these images do you associate with medicine? Chances are very good that you've chosen the image on the right. You would also be wrong. These two images are respectively the Rod of Asclepius and the Rod of Caduceus. The Caduceus has two snakes entwined around a rod, while the Rod of Asclepius has just one snake. One is associated with early Greek mythology and medicine, while the other is purportedly from later works by alchemists. The whole situation seems to stem from an unfortunate misunderstanding as to which is which. The Caduceus, or rod with two snakes wound around it, and often depicted with wings, belongs to Hermes. Hermes being the messenger of the gods in Greek mythology. While how Hermes gets this exactly is somewhat debated, it's generally accepted that Apollo gave it to him as a symbol of friendship. When you look at what Hermes does, it doesn't make a great deal of sense why he would have a symbol of medicine. Hermes is associated with commerce and negotiation, thievery and death, alchemy and printing. While admittedly possibly death could be arguably put to part of medicine, it's not exactly clear, and it's a very, very thin string to pull. It would appear that the role it plays in medicine as we see it now is all down to alchemists, particularly those in the 16th century. They used it within their published material as an indicator, and the presence was there to indicate that it was printed material, not so much that it was medical material. After all, alchemists believed that you could make for immortality and turn non-precious metals into gold. This may eventually have pathwayed into medicine, but certainly not in the 16th century. One of the reasons it's so popular now, at least in association, is largely drawn from a mistake in the early 20th century when the US Army Medical Corps adopted the Caduceus as a symbol of medicine. This was apparently down to the impressions of a single officer, and unfortunately it is pretty much how it's viewed now. Let's compare this to the Rod of Asclepius. The Rod of Asclepius is much, much better associated with medicine itself. The first reason simply is that Asclepius is the god of medicine. Unsurprisingly, this would indicate an association with medicine. Its distinctive feature is a single serpent around a staff, not two. And even the staff itself has often been shown as a tree limb rather than a straight line as is often depicted. The depiction is supposed to represent the renewal of youth and the discarding of skin from the serpent itself, and that is why the association is there for medicine. The symbol itself does go back even further to somewhere around 2000 BC with Sumerian artifacts showing a similar deity-like figure, and that also represented healing. The origins of Asclepius are theorized to be that of a physician in roughly 1200 BC, the same time frame as Homer's Iliad, who was quite good at their job. As a result, they came to be viewed as Asclepius themselves, the Greek god of healing, or an embodiment thereof. And as a result, you have the image of the god associated with healing, and you have something of a misnomer as to who and what it's for. As you can see, the depictions of the two are used interchangeably, but they're very much not interchangeable. The Rod of Asclepius is the proper symbol for healing and medicine. The Rod of Caduceus is not. The Rod of Caduceus is for commerce, thievery, alchemy, death, printing, and negotiation. Asclepius is for healing and renewal. It's important to keep this in mind, as it is well established now in the culture of today that one is the symbol of healing, even though it's not. Thank you for watching this video. If you have found it interesting, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please post any comments, questions, or suggestions you have below